Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor. This week I'm going to be showing you some of my go-to dinner recipes and meal ideas that I feed our family of 3. Very pregnant right now, so all these meals are easy, quick, low effort type of meals. I prefer a lot of crock-pot, one-pot meals, anything that takes less than 30 minutes and doesn't have a lot of prepping and planning. That is what I'm going for. Tonight I'm going to be making a beef and pasta type of recipe. I got it off Instagram. I'll be sure to link all of the recipes below because they're not my recipes, they are other people's. Here I'll put a little menu sneak peek for this week. I honestly don't know everything I'm gonna be making this week yet. I only have tonight planned. I hope you enjoy this video of very simple, toddler-friendly meals. So like I said, all of these meals are very simple, not very time-consuming, and when I'm planning my meals, they have to fit into a very specific criteria. Number 1 being that it's easy. Like I said, how many times can I say that? 2, quick. 3, has to make excellent leftovers because I personally do not want to make dinner every night. I love a recipe that makes really good leftovers. Just makes my life so much easier. If it doesn't have good leftovers, I'm not making it. I try to have some sort of protein involved with the meal. Obviously that's just a good thing in general, but especially being pregnant, I really notice a difference if I don't get enough protein in my day. Lastly, I of course have my toddler in mind when I'm making food. I would not say she's a picky eater. She just eats what we eat, but she is still a toddler. She loves pasta. She loves cheese, like bread. Try to keep her in mind because I do want her to also enjoy the meals. For example, I love making soup. She just can't really vibe with soup right now. She's still learning to use a spoon, so soups are just like not the best thing for her to eat right now because none of it makes it in her mouth. So if we do have soup, I try to make sure I have leftover of something else at least so that she can get a good meal in. When it comes to meal planning for our family, I would say I'm in the type C category. I try to plan some things out, get the groceries you need, but it sometimes is also a very last minute decision, and especially in this point in my life, I'm just tired. I don't have the energy. So some of it's very last minute planning, which is why I don't know what else I'm making in this video yet. I also wanted to say that a lot of the meals I make, I use things that I buy in bulk from Costco. Just find that's very simple. It's easy for me to do it last minute. We buy like our chicken and ground beef in bulk, so we always have those in the freezer. That's easy for me to pull out and make whatever. I usually have pasta, rice, canned vegetables, frozen vegetables, chicken broth, tomato sauce. I buy all those things in bulk so that I can just throw something together if it really comes down to it. Let's go ahead and get into today's recipe, which is that beef and pasta recipe that I got from Instagram. It's very simple. It is a crock pot meal. So I just need to make the ground beef and then I can throw everything in the crock pot. Let's get into it. Tonight we're going to be making tomato beef orzo. I love this meal not only because it's a one pot meal, but it truly feels like it comes together so fast. I swear it takes like 20 minutes to make this meal, which is great. And it tastes amazing, has protein in it, has spinach in it. It just feels like you're getting a very nutritious meal for not a lot of work. And bonus, my toddler is obsessed with this meal. I try and make it a good amount, especially because I feel like a lot of the things in this recipe are things that we often have just on hand. Like I mentioned, we buy things in bulk, like ground beef and tomato sauce, broth. This recipe also has spinach in it, which is obviously great for nutrition, but what I usually do is I just use frozen spinach in it instead of buying fresh every time. So I usually have frozen spinach, and according to Google, frozen spinach is even more nutritious than fresh. Don't quote me on that. Quote Google. Look it up if you want to. So I'm gonna try and get this meal going before my toddler comes back. So let's get cooking. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it has been a few weeks since I have filmed anything for this video, but I am determined to give you 5 recipes that are easy and delicious and that you can make pretty quickly. So we're gonna continue. I took a little bit of a break because I have been focusing on some nesting things. I'm gonna be 37 weeks tomorrow. Crazy. And we also had some sickness in our family. My toddler was sick, and then I was just like really congested and not like totally sick, but I don't know. I don't know if it's an end of pregnancy thing that I'm just super congested all of a sudden or what, but so we're just getting over that. And honestly, I have not been very organized with my meals either. So anyway, today we're gonna be making another crockpot meal. It's called like garlic parmesan chicken and potatoes something. I don't know. This is actually a new recipe to me as well. I've never tried this recipe, but I thought it'd be a nice one to add to the rotation because it's so simple, and like I like recipes that have some like whole foods. So you literally cut up like actual potatoes, and then you dice your chicken uncooked, put the chicken and potatoes in the crock pot together. You add sauce and seasonings and cheese, and that is basically the meal. So I feel like that with a vegetable on the side, we'll probably do like green beans or peas or something. I feel like that is just a well-rounded meal. So we're gonna give it a shot, and hopefully it's good so I can include it in this video. But yeah, so it is about 1 o'clock right now, and I am going to cut up the chicken and the potatoes and get those into the crock pot. It's the next morning, but I wanted to give a little bit of an update on the chicken and potatoes recipe. It was very good. My husband enjoyed it a lot, and he told me that I should definitely add it to our rotation. He really liked it. But one thing I wanted to say for you moms out there is the sauce that's recommended in the recipe is the Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parmesan sauce, and it was a little spicy, so my toddler did not like that. So she didn't really eat hardly any of it. So if you're making this recipe, maybe use a different kind of sauce, a different brand, or if your toddler loves spice, then there you go. But my toddler does not like spicy, so she did not eat very much of it because of that. Just wanted to put that in there. It was delicious, but maybe do a different brand of sauce. Tonight's recipe is maybe our family's favorite recipe of all time. I've been making this recipe since my husband and I first got married, and that is creamy Parmesan chicken and rice. It is absolutely delicious. Truly, this is one of our absolute favorite things. It's easy to make, one pot, leftovers are fantastic, and I usually have all the things I need for it on hand, which is another reason we have it so often. But even my toddler has grown to love this recipe. So we have it maybe every other week at some point. It is that good. I feel like a lot of the recipes in this video are very similar. I tried to warn you of that in the beginning. I love one-pot meals. I love crock-pot meals. I love things that are like a protein and a carb together. It's just, those are the best meals. So hopefully you like those meals too. If you do, I bet you're loving this video. If you do not, then hopefully you'll find at least one that you like. The most time-consuming part of this video is cutting the chicken and cutting the onion, which isn't that hard to do. I just personally don't like cutting chicken. I usually wear gloves because I do not like touching it. Usually I can recruit my husband to cut the chicken if he's home, but he is still at work. And one thing I like to do when my toddler's with my mother-in-law is I like to try and have dinner ready by the time they get home. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the final meal of this video. For you, this has been just a very simple meal inspiration video. For me, this has taken me a month to film, which is my own fault. Being at the end of pregnancy, I will say my motivation to cook has been very low. So starting this video at 34 weeks when I started this, or 35. That was a bold move. I'm now 38 weeks pregnant, so we are finishing this video in the nick of time for baby to come. But the recipe I'm sharing today is another one of our favorites. I feel like I say that every time, but this one is a chicken peanut sauce ramen stir fry. I don't know. It's a ramen stir fry, so it has vegetables in it, obviously ramen, chicken, and then it has a peanut sauce, which is so delicious. If you have a toddler or a child who loves peanut butter, this is a great option for you. I will say my toddler usually just eats the ramen and skips the chicken and the veggies most of the time, but nevertheless, my husband and I love it. She loves it, and what more could you ask for? I will say this meal is probably the most labor intensive of this video, just because you have to cut all the veggies and the chicken and make the sauce. None of it is too hard. It's just, if you're looking for something a little bit quicker, maybe this one. I don't know, it's still pretty quick. My version of quick is it's ready to go straight into a pot or something. I also wanted to say about this recipe that we usually use 3 packages of ramen noodles instead of just 1, just so it lasts us longer, and then I just make a little bit more sauce. I kind of just guess on the measurements, and then I kind of do like the same amount of veggies and chicken as she recommends, but I also just kind of eyeball that. But we like to do the 3 packages so that we have some good leftovers. And like I said, my toddler just like eats the noodles. So it gives us some extra noodles for all of us to eat too. First thing I'm going to do is cut the veggies, and then cut the chicken, and then make the sauce, and then we will get started on the stove.